Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for stopping by for predictions for the 20th of September, which is going to be Thursday. I actually got this thing activated and showing me live before I was ready to be in front of the camera. So right now what I'm doing is just clearing the last deck of cards before we actually get into predictions. I do like to clear my cards before I start predictions for the day. Hey, Tammy Bamba, Gilma Barrios, hey. Glad to see you guys here today. Thank you for being here. While I'm clearing cards, let me just remind everybody, if you would like to get a private reading, schedule a Reiki session, or get a 1 or 2 question recorded reading, all you have to do is check out my website, which is in the description box below. Get my contact information, get a hold of me, and I can usually get to you within 24 to 48 hours at the most. Try to be quick. I know most of the time when people want readings, they want them now. Try to accommodate that as well as I can. Willie Dogs and Mama, we are live right now. Francine Fortier, hello, hello. I was just clearing cards before I get started with predictions. Usually I don't do that on camera, but I triggered YouTube to say that I was live before I was really ready. So now we're getting there. There's Ricky, hello. Carrie Gallagher, hey, hey. Thank you all for being here. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so I'm shuffling for Aries right now for Thursday, September the 20th. Yep, good to have you back in the room again. Aria, hello, hello. Glad to see you here, my dear. All right, Aries for September the 20th, which is Thursday. You guys may be feeling like being workaholics on Thursday. Looks to me like you're going to be definitely doing some kind of work on Thursday. This is my working card. Hardworking card is what I'm hearing Spirit say this time. So this could be working for somebody who's paying you money. This could be doing work around home or volunteer work as well, just as easily. But doing some kind of work, Aries, on Thursday. Yeah, I did switch around. This just works better for me. Because before I was doing the Reiki and then I was clearing the cards and then I was starting the next video. Now if I clear the cards first, I can do predictions and then jump right on to the next video after that. Just more efficient. Okay, so now we're up to Taurus for Thursday, September the 20th. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's great energy, that's for sure. Taurus. Okay, yesterday we had somebody you were interacting with, I believe, Taurus. I believe that was you. Today we have somebody you're interacting with showing up as well. So for the 20th, Taurus, you are interacting with somebody with a King of Wands type personality. So this is probably going to be a male. If it's a female, this is going to be a more assertive type of personality, female. And this is somebody who's very creative, thinks outside the box. They are pretty much the expert at whatever they do for a living or their calling. And so they have people that come to them asking questions for advice and things and whatever it is that they're very focused on. This is somebody who can be very spontaneous, very fun-loving, and outgoing. Whenever we see him, he's very happy, can be very social, and like I said, creative. This is a good person to come to if you want help with solving some kind of problem or situation that you may not exactly know how to get around, because they do think outside the box. That makes problem solving easier for them than it does for people who kind of think within the parameters of our, I don't know, culturescape, so to say. All right, so that is for Taurus. La da da da. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I do appreciate it. Michelle Lee, you must be on break at work. Hi. Glad to see you here. Okay, this is for Gemini for Thursday, September the 20th. Gemini. Okay, so Gemini's driving to court. Ooh. All right. Gemini, what we have coming up here is the 5 of Swords. This is just telling me A lot of times in this deck, I see the Five of Swords as internal conflict. And there may be some of that going on, Gemini, but I think there's also some kind of external conflict happening too. So there's conflict with somebody else. For some of you, you may be in some kind of court process with somebody else. For others of you, it may not be nearly that big or nearly that formal. Just some kind of argument or dispute with somebody showing up in your life. When it comes up on the Five of Swords, this is generally not a pretty situation. Okay. So if you see that coming, you may want to head it off at the pass, Geminis. La da da da, la da da da. Cancer, Cancer. We've got you coming up for Thursday, September the 20th. Yeah, this is one of those that if it's for your best interest to know about this, it's because you guys need a heads up so you can kind of be prepared for how can you head it off. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer for the 20th of September, Thursday. Let's see what your card is. All right, so Cancers, you have a Knight of Bows showing up in reverse. I do think for a lot of you, this is going to be a young person. Usually I see pages as more young people, but I'm getting a strong impression that we're looking at a young person here. And this is a young person who they have sort of a high opinion of themselves. They can be very cocky or arrogant. And this is somebody that you're interacting with. I don't see this as being you, Cancer. For some of you, this is going to be like your own child or possibly a stepchild who is just, how do I want to say this? Coming at you the wrong way, giving you some trouble. They have a real attitude going on, okay? And what they're doing is they're basically giving you warning signs. It's time to take a look at, okay, where is this attitude coming from? Why are you behaving this way? What is going on? This is sort of a red flag, is what I'm feeling like. Like there's something going on that needs to be taken care of or paid attention to that you may not know. It may be something that's happened whenever they were not in your presence or something that's going on, you know, a lot of times whenever you're not, you know, you guys are not in each other's presence. And so I feel like this person is acting out, and I feel like when they're acting out, it is a warning sign to pay attention to what's going on in their lives, what's making them feel like they need to act out. Okay. I'm one of those people that I'm frustrating because I don't believe in just telling a kid, pull your stuff together and behave a certain way. Most of the kids that I've spent time with, and I don't have my own children, so of course that makes me the expert, right? The dreaded expert for parents. But most of the time when I run into the type of behavior that I'm feeling coming from this young person, there's something that's kind of big going on that's impacted them, and they need a little help processing, but they may not realize it. So that's one of those times when adults kind of have to be paying attention and go, what's going on in this little one's mind? Let's put things back on track here. And usually the best way to do that is to get to the bottom of it and then sort of explain the real deal. All right. So anyway, like I said, I'm the expert because I have no kids. So you guys can take my advice for whatever you would like with a huge grain of salt, I would say. I know if I was a parent, that's what I would be thinking. But let's move on to Leos for September the 20th, Thursday. Leos, what do we have coming up for you guys? All righty, Leos. Okay, Leos, you have a good card. You've got the moon showing up in reverse. I call this a good card because it means that there is some kind of truth that is coming to the surface that before was not really available to you. It may have been something that, you just didn't ask the questions that would bring that truth to the surface. It may be that somebody was actually trying to suppress that truth from you. So it doesn't, this card really doesn't indicate whether this was intentional illusion that was created by somebody else, or whether it was just the idea that, there was just some kind of information that just was not readily available. Through no fault of anybody's. But whatever is going on here, the truth is coming up. And so a lot of times, Leo, when I see this card and the truth is coming up, this is telling me that this truth kind of makes some things understandable that probably weren't understandable around this situation before. And it may change your perspective on this situation and even how much you want to be involved with it. Okay? So that's what we've got going on for Leos. Let me catch up on the conversation while it's here. La da da. Hello there, Miss Anastasia. Lisa O. Hello, hello. Glad to see you here. Your son wanted to know about butter. All right, so that was Leo's. Let's move on now to the birthday people, Virgos, Virgos. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Virgos, for a couple more days. So Virgos, if you would like to schedule a live reading with me, I do offer a 25% discount as long as you contact me before your birthday sun time is over and get that scheduled. So that's my way of saying happy birthday to all the Virgos out there. Let's see. Best way to contact me is to find my contact information on my website and then just get a hold of me. You know who that is, Carrie? You're quite welcome. Aw, thank you, Willie Dog's mama. All right, so next is Virgo, 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 September the 19th, Thursday. What you guys have is the Seven of Wands in reverse. This just tells me that there is somebody that you have set some kind of boundaries with. When this card comes up in reverse, they're checking those boundaries. They're seeing, did you really mean what you said? Or can they go back to just walking all over you and acting like you never set any boundaries at all? It's going to be up to you whether you defend those boundaries or whether you let them fall. Next up, we have Libra. Libra for Thursday, September the 20th. Awesome. Glad you're here to hear. I hear you, Tammy Bambi. Very young child. Cool, Carrie. I'm glad that that message is helpful. All right, so Libra, Libra, Libra. What you guys have coming up here is the Two of Swords in reverse. This just means that you are trying to make a decision, but you're not feeling like you're really ready to make that decision yet. You don't have enough information. And you want to make this decision in a fair way. So I think you're procrastinating on this decision as long as you can, so that you feel like you have enough information to make it in an educated way. Okay, next we're looking at Scorpio. Scorpio for Thursday, September the 20th. Quite welcome, Francine. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. What do we have? Ooh, baby, baby. We're not familiar with this or anything, are we, Scorpios? We've got the Green Man in reverse. This is somebody that we're interacting with. The Green Man in reverse, guys, this is my straight-up narcissist card. Narcissists do not have to be male. Sometimes they're female. So this, just because it's a Green Man, does not mean that this is a man that we're dealing with. Could be a female that we're dealing with just as well, but somebody who has narcissistic tendencies pretty strongly, or is full-blown narcissist, is someone that we will be interacting with on Thursday. Yummy. I hope those interactions are short for all of us. Sagittarius, let's move on to you guys for Thursday, September the 20th. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Does that mean you have nothing to say, Michelle? You just want me to know you have nothing to say? Sagittarius for Thursday, September the 20th, 2018. Uh-oh. Sagittarius, you have the 10 of Swords showing up in reverse. 10 of Swords means something is not over. Okay? So when we've got a 10 of Swords in reverse, is if this is a relationship and you've been wondering if a relationship is really over or if there's going to be a comeback, this is saying it's not over. You may be hearing from that ex, or maybe you'll reach out to that ex. Either way, this is not over. Oh, gotcha, Michelle Lee. So either way, this is something that's coming up that's not over. Now, if it's not in a relationship situation, this can be about an argument, a debate, a long-term tension that you thought was over and you thought was put to bed that raises its ugly little head again. Okay. So this can be a tension or a debate that's coming back, or it can be a relationship that you thought was over that's coming back. Either one. Whenever I look at that card, my first thoughts are always, it's not over. Whatever it is, it's not over. You pulled it today 3 times. Right side up or upside down? Because that does make a difference, you know. Capricorns, you guys are up next. This is for Thursday, September the 20th, Capricorns. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Okay, Capricorns. You guys have the High Priest showing up in reverse. Somebody's going to be giving you some advice that you may not really want to pay attention to or listen to. They may have great intentions, but the advice itself is not good. It's not something that really fits your life and that would be good or productive for you. So be aware, you may not just want to do what everybody comes along thinks that you should do. My rule for listening for advice is if somebody has the things that I want, I should probably listen to them. If they don't, but they just have an opinion anyway, you know, opinions are like eyelashes. Just about everybody has them. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're wonderful. Right side up. Mark DeFries, hello, hello. Glad to see you, honey. So if you have the 10 of Swords coming up right side up, this is talking about something different than how it came in for Capricorns. When it's right side up, this is talking about the end of a situation, because a 10 is always the end of a cycle. So when it's right side up, that cycle is ending and you're moving on to something else. So usually a 10 of Swords right side up talks about the end of some type of situation where there were either thoughts or words were being used against you, because Swords has to do with thoughts and words. And that wasn't Capricorn's 10 of Swords in reverse. That was Sagittarius, excuse me. Brenda Rosario, glad to see you here, my dear. How are you? Opinions vary. Opinions may vary. All right, so next we're on to Aquarius, the water bearers. A lot of people think Aquarius are water signs. They're actually not. In fact, I talked to an Aquarius that thought he was a water sign. Water bearers are not water signs. So Aquarius are air signs. Anyway, while I'm shuffling for Aquarius, let me just say for those of you who would like to schedule a live reading or a 1 or 2 question recorded reading or a Reiki session with me, or if you're local, any of the other services that I offer for local people, all you have to do is check out my website, which is in the description box below, and is www.amista.info. Once you check out that website, you can see all my contact information, get a hold of me, and we'll get you scheduled quickly. I don't believe in putting you guys through a lot of long waits. I know that readings, usually people want readings now, so I try to be as accommodating and as quick as I can to get to you, usually within 24 or 48 hours at the most. Usually 20 minutes if I can swing it. La da 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 da. Glad to hear that you are right. You're done with all. Time to take care of you. I get it. Definitely, you guys are here. Alrighty, so I know I was really surprised to run across an Aquarius that thought they were a water sign. I was like, what? What on earth made you think that? You're not all about emotions. You're all about logic. All right, so anyway, for Aquarius, what we have coming up is the 10 of Cups. Isn't that funny? It's definitely a water card that you guys got. This is telling me that there is something that is making you feel happy or emotionally fulfilled, Aquarius, on Thursday. Not only is it making you feel happy and emotionally fulfilled, it's making you feel so happy and emotionally fulfilled that you're taking whatever this is to the next level. Now, this can be a relationship that's making you feel happy. This can be a project. This can be a hobby. But because it is working out so well, you are stepping it up to the next level on Thursday, Aquarians. Good for you. Good for you. La da 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 da. Right? By the time 3 weeks have gone by for me, when I used to need readings all the time, like 20 roller coaster dips and rises would have fallen in 3 weeks in the relationships I was in. Yep, aquas are going to be in the feels. That's a fun way to put it. Quite welcome, Mark. Right? All right, so up next is Pisces for Thursday, September the 20th. Thank you guys for all the thumbs ups. I appreciate that so much. All right, so Pisces, here's what you have. That's funny. Pisces is a water sign, and they came up with the 10 of air card. So Pisces, you do have the 10 of arrows, and in this deck, it means a lot different than like the 10 of swords would mean in another deck. So 10 of arrows just means, Pisces, that you are actually learning something new on Thursday. You may be going through an orientation for a new workplace. You may be doing some research for yourself. You may be just understanding a new definition at one of those little gas station TV machines when you're pumping your gas. But you're going to be learning something new on Thursday, Pisces. Okay, so there we go. That covers everybody. Thank you, all of you, for stopping by to support me, to hang out with me, to keep me fresh and on my toes. I am going to be coming back very shortly to do the Reiki video. So for those of you who are interested in Reiki, we do also have free-for-all questions and or cards of the day after the Reiki. I doubt if you get an announcement, because I'm just going to end this and go straight into that one here very shortly. So just be on the lookout if you're interested in that. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate all your support, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace out.